Now, ever since the release of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker's teaser trailer just over 2 months ago over at Star Wars Celebration in Chicago, it left a lot of fans very excited and eager to see the next set of footage by director J.J. Abrams and crew, and exactly what they are going to introduce for the final installment of the Skywalker saga. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. So, what's really great about Episode 9 is that we do know that this movie is very important, not just for Disney, Lucasfilm, and J.J. Abrams and everybody else that's involved with this film, but it's all, of course, about the Star Wars community and how the fans are going to react to this film that really and truly determines the future of the franchise. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to various shot descriptions of the upcoming trailer 2 of The Rise of Skywalker, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that shot descriptions consisting of Rey wielding her ignited lightsaber and fighting Kylo Ren in a lightsaber duel in the middle of a rainstorm. One of the shots includes a force push ability that causes Rey in order to roll backwards and eventually lands on a piece of wreckage where she is now crouching in a defensive stance, where she appears to be angry towards Kylo Ren after force pushing her. The next goes over a shot of Kylo Ren and his Knights of Ren, where they are said to be all standing around Rey in the middle of a battlefield, where Rey's saber is ignited, where Kylo is said to be in front of Rey, while he wields his ignited lightsaber while with his helmet on. The scene is said to set up some form of ambush for Rey, where the Knights now appear to be holding different weapons than what was seen in the photo by Vanity Fair. The next describes Kylo Ren picking himself up from the ground, also in the middle of a rainstorm, where it's described that he ignites his lightsaber and turns his head to the right, where a cloaked figure is walking toward Kylo, where the shot is said to turn to black with a new saber ignition sound that will be applied to the footage. It's said that just as it cuts to black, dialogue of Palpatine is delivered, where he talks about something involving the Skywalker legacy. The last describes a shot of Luke Skywalker in black robes, just like how he appeared on the planet of Crate at the very end of The Last Jedi, where he is described to be facing Kylo Ren on an unknown world, inside of some cave. Kylo's saber is said to be ignited for the sequence. So I want to go over the piece that really stands out to be the most here, and the piece that really does excite me a lot. Now, we do know that there is going to be a new villain in this film, and that in the upcoming trailer, this new villain is in fact going to be teased. We've been talking about this new villain, also known as the Dark Acolyte, who is also dubbed as the character of Vance, who is said to be portrayed by no other than Matt Smith himself. Now, I want to go over the sequence that involves Kylo Ren in this new villain, where we hear a new ignition sound of a lightsaber that eventually cuts to black, where we then get dialogue of Emperor Palpatine talking about the Skywalker legacy. Now, I think that this is Disney and Lucasfilm's hint that the new villain is indeed connected to Emperor Palpatine / Darth Sidious, and this most certainly lines directly up with all the leaks that we've been going over, that the spirit of Sidious is going to be used in a significant way in the third act of Episode 9. Now, I don't know about you guys, but do you think it's a big mistake if they were to tease that in the upcoming trailer? Because I'm not quite sure if they would really want to tease any of that to begin with, so it seems like that there might be a lot of misdirection in this upcoming teaser and or trailer in order to really get the fans guessing exactly what's going on with the new villain, what's going on with Darth Sidious. It's going to be a very interesting way of how it's going to be laid out by Disney and Lucasfilm. Now, the other piece that I do want to go over involves the Jedi Master Luke Skywalker. Now, it's described that one of the shot descriptions, alright, involves Luke Skywalker in the black robes, the same exact robes that we saw at the very end of The Last Jedi on the world of Crate. Now, I think that this also lines directly up with what we went over, where there's going to be a vision sequence between both Kylo and Luke Skywalker inside of a cave. Now, take note that this also mentions a cave that's actually going to be a part of the upcoming footage that will be introduced at San Diego Comic-Con. Now, we do know that J.J. Abrams wants to implement a lot of parallels from, of course, The Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, and A New Hope, and inserting that into Star Wars Episode 9, however, in a completely different way. And this most certainly would probably be JJ's way of delivering the Luke versus Vader vision sequence on Dagobah, where now Kylo Ren is going up against Luke Skywalker in some kind of cave. Could this cave very well be the world of Ahch-To, or could it be on an unknown world and something new entirely? After all, the desert world that we have been talking about for so very long ended up being the world of Pasaana. That's not to say that Tatooine won't be a part of this movie. It's at least going to appear at the very end of the film, as well as in the form of the flash fights, so that's another thing to look forward to. So, what I like about Episode 9 is that this movie really has a lot of hype building up for it. It really seems like that this upcoming trailer is really going to deliver and give fans a better sense of the darkness that's going to be included in this movie. Like I say, JJ and Chris, they plan to make this movie, at least in certain parts, darker than that of Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. I'm not quite sure if they'll be able to pull that off, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.